Imagine a world where the most advanced surgical procedure involved drilling or cutting a hole directly into a living human skull for over 7,000 years. Across nearly every continent, cultures practiced trepanning, the deliberate perforation of the cranium. The truly shocking part isn't that they did it, it's that a huge number of patients survived, with their skulls showing clear signs of healing. But why did these ancient practitioners perform such a dangerous and invasive procedure? To cure headaches, release evil spirits, or something else entirely? Join us as we explore the astonishing, mysterious, and surprisingly successful ancient art of skull surgery. Our story of trepanning doesn't begin with a single civilization, but with isolated archaeological finds scattered across the globe, reaching back to the Stone Age. The earliest undisputed evidence of trepanning dates back over 7,000 years, found in Neolithic burial sites in France. This isn't a practice limited to one culture or region. From the ancient Egyptians to early civilizations in China, from indigenous tribes in Africa to the sophisticated cultures of the Americas, trepanning was a global phenomenon. It appears to have developed independently in multiple locations, suggesting a universal human drive to understand and manipulate the most vital organ, the brain. Perhaps nowhere was trepanning as prevalent and, astonishingly, as successful as in ancient Peru. Thousands of trepan skulls, dating from the late Stone Age through the Inca Empire, have been discovered in the Andes, making Peru a veritable treasure trove for paleopathologists. In some Peruvian sites, up to 40% of all discovered skulls show evidence of trepanning. And here's the kicker of those. An incredible 50 to 70% show clear signs of healing. This means that ancient Peruvian surgeons were performing open brain surgery with survival rates that rivaled and sometimes even exceeded those of 19th century European surgeons. The crucial evidence for survival lies in the bone itself. When a bone is fractured or cut, and the patient lives, the body begins a healing process. New bone tissue, called callus, forms to bridge the gap. In trepan skulls, this callus formation round the edges of the drilled or cut hole is undeniable proof that the patient not only survived the immediate trauma of the surgery, but lived long enough for the bone to begin to regrow. This is not a simple injury. Trepanning involves piercing the skull, a protective barrier for the brain. It carries immense risks: infection, brain damage, hemorrhage. Yet, these ancient patients, lacking antibiotics or modern anesthesia, somehow recovered. Their body's resilience, combined with the surgeon's skill, is truly astounding. This high survival rate wasn't simply luck. It suggests a sophisticated, albeit empirical, understanding of basic surgical principles. Perhaps they used naturally occurring antiseptics from plants to prevent infection, or had developed methods to control bleeding. They certainly understood the importance of gentleness and precision when working near the brain. The community's role in post-operative care also cannot be understated. Patients would have needed careful attention, warmth, and nourishment to recover from such a traumatic procedure. This deep level of care likely contributed significantly to the surprising survival statistics. The evidence for survival is undeniable, pushing the boundaries of what we thought ancient medicine was capable of. But the greatest enigma remains. Why did they do it? What compelled these early surgeons to risk literally piercing the brain? If this astonishing journey into ancient medicine has captured your imagination, I invite you to consider subscribing to the Dusty Codex. Your support is essential in helping us bring these profound histories to light. Before we delve into the theories behind trepanning, I'm curious, what do you think is more remarkable, that they performed brain surgery, or that so many survived? Let me know in the quiet comments section below. One of the most compelling theories is that trepanning was a pragmatic medical intervention. Head trauma from falls, accidents, or warfare would have been common in ancient societies. A blow to the head could cause a depressed skull fracture, pushing bone fragments into the brain, or lead to bleeding and swelling hematomas that build dangerous pressure. Relieving pressure on the brain could have been a life-saving measure. Beyond trauma, trepanning might have been used to treat chronic conditions like severe, intractable migraines, epilepsy, or mental illness, which were often attributed to internal bad humors or spiritual affliction. By opening the skull, they might have believed they were literally letting out the cause of the suffering. Another major theory posits spiritual or ritualistic motives. In many ancient cultures, the brain and head was seen as the seat of the soul, consciousness, or spiritual power. A hole in the skull, therefore, might have been intended to release evil spirits causing illness, or conversely, to allow good spirits to enter the individual. Trepanning may also have been a coming-of-age ritual, a mark of status, or even a form of ancient surgery to ward off future spiritual attacks. The practice of making amulets or drinking cups from trepan's skull fragments further supports the idea that the skull held a powerful, mystical significance. How did ancient practitioners perform such a delicate procedure with tools that appear so rudimentary to modern eyes? Archaeological finds reveal a variety of instruments, sharp obsidian, or flint blades for cutting and scraping, and bone or wooden drills fitted with stone bits for boring holes. The techniques varied. Some skulls show evidence of scraping, where the bone was slowly worn away in a circular motion. Others exhibit boring, where a series of small holes were drilled around a central area, which was then cut out. Still others reveal more direct cutting or incising. Each method required immense skill, a steady hand, and a profound understanding of cranial anatomy. Without modern anesthetics, how did patients endure the pain? It's highly probable that ancient surgeons utilized naturally occurring sedatives and analgesics from plants like coca leaves, datura, or alcohol. And while they wouldn't have understood germ theory, they likely practiced rudimentary forms of asepsis, using clean water, fresh herbs, or cautery to prevent infection. Their empiric knowledge, passed down through generations, was their greatest surgical instrument. The practice of trepanning did not die with the ancient world. It continued through the medieval period in Europe, often performed by barber surgeons to treat head wounds or mental illness. The instruments became more sophisticated, evolving from flint to bronze, then to iron and steel drills, but the basic principle remained the same. Today, trepanning, or more accurately, craniotomy, is a routine procedure in modern neurosurgery. It's performed with incredible precision to relieve pressure from brain swelling, remove tumors, repair aneurysms, and treat traumatic brain injuries. This ancient art of piercing the skull, born out of necessity and mystery thousands of years ago, continues to save lives, a remarkable testament to humanity's enduring quest to understand and heal the most complex organ in the human body.